A 110-meter hurdle race, the shortest hurdle race of track and field. It's going to be quick, 10 hurdles all the way through the finish. Let's take a closer look at our field. We're going to have Dash Davis in 1. Katie Timmons is in 2. Sawyer Francis is in 3. Bryson Calloway is in 4. Stryker Reed is in 5. Blake Allen is in 6. Zeke Castle is in 7. Eric Thorman is in 8, and Caden Crow is going to round out our top 9 finalists.
Just some elite names, by the way. Dash
I was
Davis.
just about to say that.
Dash Davis, an incredible track name. Stryker Reed, incredible track name. Stryker Reed has the best time from the regions, 14:81, tying Sawyer Francis as well. They are in 3 and 5. Might be the leaders here to come out with a victory, but just on the name alone, I'm going to say Dash Davis has a chance out of lane 1.
Just based off the name?
Hey, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, just looking at last year's results, Sawyer Francis, who was a junior, finished as the runner-up last year with the 14:72. So I'm going to also keep my eyes out for him in lane number 3.
Yeah, not a ton of win legal times in the system here for 1A guys, so anything can happen, I think, once they're on the line. The chance for a state title in the picture.
Davis, Timmons, Francis, Calloway, Reed, Allen, Castle, Thorman, and Crow. The Conference 1A class record is a 14:31, which was set back in 2013. Out there quickly, I think that's Castle in 7, but also in the center of the track in the all-white.
Stryker has a race on his hands between Cassell. It's going to come down the line. Oh, and I think that's Stryker Reed with the lean, winning the race when it mattered. Cassell had his number the whole way around, and sometimes it's about a lean, Olivia.
Stryker strikes in the 110, grabbing the victory here in 14:60, just 0.06 of a second ahead of Castle, who will finish second, and then 15:12 for Sawyer Francis will round out your top 3 finishers.
Great uniform there from Gordon High School.
In 1, Kyler Fawcett is in 2, Antonio Riviera in 3, Riley Reed in 4, Mike Smith in 5, Jakin Wright in 6, Albert Escovel in 7, Carter Cummings in 8, and Carter Austin is in 9.
Well, we have 3 seed times under 11 seconds here from regions. What we're really looking for is win legal efforts on the season, and only Riley Reed of Gordon has gone under 11 win legal. He did that at regions in the prelims, 10-9-1, so he is a legitimate state contender here out of lane 4. Certainly the guy to watch, but to his outside, Michael Smith of Iran and Jakin Wright of Paducah have something to say about it. They could offer some challenges if they explode out of the blocks and compete.
Absolutely. For Smith, he's the top returner from last year's race. He was 5th. Everyone before him were seniors and they graduated. So here Mike Smith has an opportunity to win his very first title in the 100 meters as a senior. The Conference 1A record is a 10:88, set back in 2015. The wind has been in our favor here today. It's been pretty much very still across the board, so we can expect some really fast times from this gentleman.
Yeah, I think that is within picture here from Reed or possibly somebody else. That's a long-standing record, too, almost 10 years. It's about time for it to go down here in the 2024 Texas Outdoor State Championships.
You're probably thinking right now, if you're a sprinter, let me execute my drive phase, push out of the blocks, be powerful, and then if you have the ability to, get a nice good old lean there at the finish line.
Right now in the team standings, Strawn leads with 24 points, followed by Gordon with 22 and Rankin with 20. A win here will pull some of these teams back into the picture here in the team race.
Here we have a family member getting ready to cheer on someone in this race. Pacina, Fawcett, Riviera, Reed, Smith, Wright, Esquivel, Cummings, and Austin. Some flinching there. Mike Smith was lucky. He's the first one out. Can he hold off the pressure of Reed to his left?
I think he's going to do it. Reed has to offer something else. It's going to be a photo finish at the line between Smith and Reed, but if I'm calling it right here, it looked like Smith had the advantage. No! Riley Reed, wow, 10.91, equaling his win legal PR, just 0.03 of a second behind the state class record, takes the win with, what, by a hair, Olivia?
Literally a hair. That was, I think, what helped Reed in this situation. As I mentioned, the key to success is a dip at the finish line. I felt like Smith just kind of ran through it, but Reed was able to kind of stick his chest out to help him out, get that 10.91 into a negative 1.2. That's some tough win there a little bit.
It has been some tough win here for the sprinters.
As our top finalists go up to make their way to the podium, we're going to head.
Again, Bruni ran 131 earlier this season, followed by Gordon's 131.72. Benjamin in lane 5 has the 4th ranked team in 1A. They ran 132.69 at Regions on April 19th. Pretty easy when you got lanes 4, 5, and 6 right next to each other to get a good race.
Gordon finished 5th in this event last year. One of the top returners from 2023. Bruni was 7th. So those are the two teams that are returning from last year's final in this event. The winning time last year was a 1:30.23 by Paducah. And then we saw a bunch of low 1:30s. So let's see what these boys can put together here today. And a long hold, but a clean start for the boys. 4x200 meter relay for the 1A classification.
Bruni in that white uniform in lane 4, Benjamin in that black uniform in 5, and Gordon right there on the outside in white.
Yes, in the middle of the track, that is a clear leader.
That looks like Bruni, or actually Gordon.
That's lane 6. That's
Gordon.
Gordon.
Strong position right now in the second leg of this 4x2.
Imperial out there in lane 9, try not to get caught.
That's still Gordon in lane 6 with the firm handoff. Bruni has some work to do. And again, we start to see this race really shape up here in this leg. Gordon still firmly out in charge.
As we come down to the final exchange, Gordon, and then closely behind that, Imperial, Buena Vista, but Gordon looks very strong coming off of this turn.
Imperial Bew has something to say about it, Olivia. Can he make up the difference here on Gordon with 50 meters left?
Gordon is trying to get to that finish line, and it's going to be Gordon that crosses the line in front.
Whoa.
Look at that time, Corey.
I don't think they got the class record, but they got darn close. 1:29.78 for the win. Gordon takes that in the 1A championship here at the Texas State Championships.
And then running blindly in 9, Imperial Buena Vista will finish 2nd with a 1:30.43, and then 2 seconds back, La Mesa Klondike will finish 3rd with a 1:32.15.
I've already seen plenty of Gordon jerseys so far across the championships. It looks like they are dominating 1A right now.
The track, we're going to have the boys 1A 400-meter dash conference 1A record set back in 2021 with a 48.99. Your top 9 finalists here today, this afternoon at Mike Myers Stadium. You're going to have Aiden Fisk in 1, Matthew Stevens in 2, Kaysen Campbell is in 3, Landon Hem is in 4, Griff Reel is in 5, Barrett Jackson is in 6, Jordan Gutierrez is in 7, Carter Cummings is in 8, and Asher Salinas is in 9.
Cummings enters with the only performer under 50 seconds in 1A this season with his 49.96 from the 1A Region 2 meet. Ran 51.26 to get into this state championships. I think he's an 8, so he has a little bit of work cut out for him. He's going to have to get out aggressively. Meanwhile, Griff Reel in 5, 50.65 for that regional seed qualifier, followed by Barrett Jackson, 50.83. Should be a competitive final here in the 1A race.
Yes, this 1A race is going to be one to remember, as we have one of the top competitors, a few of the top competitors in the state.
And Asher Salinas competing for Gordon, which right now is leading that 1A boys title race with 52 points. They are absolutely crushing it right now.
Here's an opportunity for more records to be broken. Personal bests, conference records, school records, lots of records are in contention here.
That is Aiden Fisk on the screen right there from Matador, Motley County. Just focusing in on the final in front of him.
And here we're getting a great shot of Mike Myers Stadium. Every single day that we've been here, the stands have just been filled with fans, spectators, coaches, athletes, friends and family. The energy is just so vibrant here tonight.
If you've never been to the Texas State Championships, I would advise you to do that next year, because this is just a sight to see, experience to remember.
All right, Corey, they are getting in to their blocks, going through this lineup one more time. Fisk, Stevens, Campbell, Hem, Reel, Jackson, Gutierrez, Cummings, and Salinas. Your top 9 finishers for the 1A 400-meter dash. Oh, and they're going to be brought up.
Cummings in that green jersey, as I said earlier, the only guy under 50 seconds on the season, but he is in that 8-lane draw, so he will have to be pretty aggressive here on the outside to get the job done. It's not impossible, but he will have to be aggressive.
All right, as we have a reset. Here we see Jackson getting into their blocks, as well as Reel in lane 5. And a clean start there. We saw another athlete, Stevens, not getting into their blocks either. Stevens out to a very quick start there in 2.
Cummings in 8, as I said, trying to sort of push the field early on. He knows he can't see anybody. He's running blind, so he's really got to work hard there in 8.
Cummings looks great. So does the middle of the track here.
That's Griff Reel of Jayton now pushing forward here in the back half of this 400.
Reel is digging deep. You can see it in his face. He's trying to muscle his way through because he's looking over to his right.
Look at that look with 100 to go. He said, am I in the lead here? Maybe too early, because now he's got somebody on his outside.
This is Jackson in lane 6 trying to close it in.
Oh, and it's going to be.
Too.
Oh.
At the finish, it's going to be Barrett Jackson, the senior from Rankin.
And look at Reel. He's just sort of in his feelings right now. If you lose focus for 1 second, that could be the difference between a state title. So Jackson takes advantage of that moment, runs 49.20 to take the win here in the 1A final.
Griff Reel will settle for second with that 49.39 best. And then Carter Cummings from Blackwell will be third, 49-48. 3 boys under 50 seconds here this evening. Austin, Texas, we're about to witness a really fast 300-meter hurdle race. We're going to look at the 1A classification first as they are out onto the track, getting their minds right to clear 10 hurdles out in front of them. You're going to have Logan Dunn in 1, Cade Parks in 2, Jordan Allen in 3, Blake Allen in 4, Bryson Calloway in 5, Zeke Castle in 6, Striker Reed, our guy striker, back in the mix here. Sawyer Francis in 8, and Gabriel Hernandez is in 9.
Zeke lost the 110s in a little bit of a heartbreak here. He comes in as the top seed. He finished 6th here last year. He's going up again against Striker Reed, who was 2nd in these championships last year. Little slower seed time, but these guys are almost identical here with their top performances of the season.
Look out for Zeke Castle there, and a little trip over the hurdles there from the inside.
Striker already has a lead on Castle through 3 hurdles. He's moving pretty well here on the curve.
Striker Reed looking great. The first one over the hurdle coming off the turn.
Castle, if he needs to get back, if he can get it back in this race, this is where he can do it over the last 2 hurdles. Castle making up a little bit of ground on Striker. It's going to come down the last hurdle.
Striker Reed going to grab this title. He strikes again. 38-60 for the Gordon sophomore, followed by Castle there, 39-35. Your 2 boys under 40 seconds, and then Sawyer Francis with a 40-21.
And Gordon just keeps ripping through these state championships. That is 10 more points for the 300 hurdles. That'll give them 63. They're double the next best team, which is Rankin. Incredible performance here from Striker Reed, the double champion.
Wow, we have a new conference record too. 38-60 for Reed. Takes down the record from 2013 of a 38-78. So Striker really just doing a great job here today at these championships. City with 3, Gordon in 4, Lasara in 5, Rankin in 6, Jaden in 7, Cross Plains in 8, and Lamesa Klondike with 9.
Gordon with the top time in the classification this season, 3:25.97. Their regional time here, 3:26. So they're pretty consistent on the year. Dodge City not far behind. They were in 3:30.43 from regionals. That's going to put them number 2 in the classification here. But 4x4s, as we've learned, can be pretty crazy. Cross Plains, 3rd ranked in 1A. They're in lane 8, 3:31.61. Got some basketball shorts out there from the runner in lane 2.
Just great uniforms out there. Who takes the cake today? Top uniform.
I think Gordon does, to be quite honest. Gordon, I really like they have enough little character to them in the back and sort of in the piping.
Okay.
But they're clean colors too, white and gray. So big fan of Gordon's uniforms.
All right, Gordon's in lane number 4, so they earn the style points for Corey this evening.
Conference 1A record here, Olivia, 3:25.49. Back in 2018 from Turkey Valley. I remember that race. 2018, Jake Merrill featured on it. One of the best 1A teams in class history. We'll see if that stands because Gordon does have a 3:26.10 and they've been absolutely dominating today.
As we look at the team standings, Gordon has officially clinched this title. It does not matter where they finish here today. 63 points over Rankin's 30. So even if Rankin wins this, it still puts them up short. So Gordon, who earns Corey style points, also will grab this team title.
I have a feeling that they are going to go after the record here from 2018. They've the point total should tell you the story about how good this team is today, and they would clinch it here with an epic record-setting relay. We are away in the 1A 4x4 Boys Championship here, the Texas Outdoor Championships.
Out very well, that's 6, that's Lincoln. Already making the move on Jaden. Lasara still looks good. Cross Plains making up the stagger on Klondike.
Coming into the curve here, strong racing in 8 from Cross Plains. Right on their inside though, that's Jayton.
Jayton with a very strong first leg in lane number 7. But also in 4, that's Gordon that has the baton off first.
And Gordon handing off to our man Riker here in the second leg. He's won 2 titles already in the hurdles. He's got a third possibly waiting for him if he runs a very good leg here.
Gordon out there with the lead on this second leg.
Takes the break in. Paced on his heels by Jayton.
That's Jaden in second. Gordon in front.
That's striker read of Gordon taking this handoff to the house here, handing off to his third leg. Record still in the picture here for Gordon.
Keep your eyes on the clock as we're looking for a sub 3:25.49.
They're starting to pull away from the rest of the crew, Olivia.
And this is all Gordon right now, about 15, 20 meters on this field. 200 meters down, 200 meters to go for this third leg.
What a tally Gordon has put down in the 1A classification here at the Texas Outdoor State Championships. With 1 leg to go, they have a record in sight in the 4x4.
Hip numbers are flying off as Gordon's gonna hand off the baton in front. 2:32 on the clock into the final leg.
I think he just has to put probably a 51 to 52 to get this. Goes out pretty smoothly here in the first 100. Jayton running really well in the anchor, trying to make up a little bit of that gap. But Gordon trying to close now, 150 left.
Here comes Gordon rounding out the final curve. Last time going down the home stretch, it is Gordon.
I think we're gonna get a record here, Olivia.
They're about to demolish this record as Gordon comes across the finish line with an impressive time, unofficially 3:21.87 for Gordon, 49.66 on the anchor leg.
Wow. Taking down a historic team from Turkey Valley, 2018, 325 was the former record, and Gordon just slashed it by 4 seconds here in 2024.
Here are the results from the Conference 1A Girls 3,200 meter run.